Pleased to be joined with Jaguars quarterback. Wow, that's still kind of wild to say. The pride of Jacksonville, Mac Jones. Mac, how's it going?
Good.
Coming off a pretty intense practice there.
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was a good day. We had a good off day, so really just looking forward to finishing the week strong and playing in the game.
Let's start big picture here. What has been the most fun outside of football that you have had since you've gotten back home to Jacksonville?
That's a great question. Honestly, probably just bringing my dog to the beach for the first time. That was pretty crazy. Like, she didn't understand what the sand was, so kind of just seeing her reaction to the beach was really funny. And she's tiny. She's like 5 pounds, but she'll run into the water and like grab a tennis ball and stuff. So
Did you get her in New England or in Alabama?
We got her in New England my rookie year, and she was born in Ohio, but we got her to New England. So now she's down here and she loves it. It's much better for her. She gets to go outside and hang out at the beach.
Full-fledged Florida dog.
Exactly.
Love it. You seem to be having a lot of fun out here as well. I've got to ask, your relationship with Press Taylor. Let's start there because he's described it as a big brother, little brother situation.
Yeah, I'd say he's definitely my little brother. I'm just kidding. No, we definitely have that. I do feel like I'm his little brother, and we have like the same sense of humor kind of, so I think that's how we relate. And he's a very smart guy. He really understands X's and O. He's a guy that has studied the game a lot, and I've been impressed just with everything, and his ability to pull plays up in meetings and stuff is honestly the best I've seen. It'd be like, we ran that in 20 in Philly on play 45, like without even looking it up. So he has a great memory. So do I. So I think that's a great quality to have as a play caller and for a quarterback as well.
So for those who question Press, you say,
oh yeah, he's good. He's the
real
real deal.
Guys you've seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's awesome. He's young. He's got great energy. He doesn't really like ride the wave too much. He kind of is just very consistent, and that's sometimes good for all of us quarterbacks, Trevor, me, and CJ. So I feel like we all fit together well in the room.
That quarterback room, of course, working with plenty of wide receivers. I know Press has said that's been an emphasis coming off of last year, getting reps with every single wide receiver.
Yeah.
What have you seen, especially from some of the younger guys beyond Christian and Gabe?
Yeah, it's been, it's my fourth camp, so it's been a really impressive group of young guys, undrafted guys. Obviously we drafted a receiver in the first round, and really those second-year guys too. Elijah Cooks is doing a really good job, and number 11, Parker Washington. So I've been really pleased with those guys to come in. I'm kind of a little bit of an older guy in my own way, so they're really up to speed already. And obviously the undrafted guys have done a really, really good job picking up the offense. Everybody, I love the group. I feel like they're together. Gabe and Christian, really hold that group down, I feel like. And they're kind of raising the standard, and all the young guys have met the standard, to be honest. And I want to make sure they do that on Saturday night. Don't let the lights be too bright. Just go out there and play. And it's going to be their first game for some guys, so I'm going to just stay positive, and we're going to make mistakes and we're going to make plays. So that's kind of how the first preseason game goes.
What is your expectation for Saturday on the field in terms of how much playing time you think that you will have?
Yeah, I think preseason's always interesting. Been fortunate my rookie year, played a lot in the preseason, and I wanted to play the last 2 years in preseason but didn't get a chance to play as much. So that's kind of something where, hey, I want to get in there and get the reps. I don't really care who it's with, right? I feel like what I said earlier, the standard and everything. But for me, it's just about trying to move the offense, staying calm, and letting things come to me. It's going to be a tough scheme that we're going to go against in the Chiefs, and they're not going to hold anything back. They never do in preseason, so it's always fun to go against a good defense too.
Since you mentioned the young guys, a couple of young running backs as well that you're handing the ball off to.
Yeah.
What have you seen from, again, beyond Travis, what have you seen from that room?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think Dearness has done a good job being a leader as well. He's very smooth out of the backfield. Tank's really come along well. He's made some really good cuts in the passing game too. I know he's more of a downhill guy. I remember playing against him in college, but he really has some juice in the passing game. And yeah, I think the group is well-rounded. I think some of the undrafted guys, JJ and everybody, they're doing a really good job. And Gary just got here, a new guy. So I feel like it's a really well-rounded group. Keelan Robinson, I played with at Alabama. So I have familiarity with everybody, which is kind of cool. And I've met some new guys. And for me, I love throwing to the running backs. That's my safety blanket. And a lot of quarterbacks do. That's kind of your check down, so they're doing a good job.
I forgot about those two connections. Of course, Tank with the Iron Bowl and then Keelan. Those two guys, what do they bring to the table that maybe fans may not be expecting?
Yeah, I think Tank is really motivated, and I'm not going to say he's listening to some of the noise, but I feel like he's motivated by that. And I know that I wasn't here last year, and having conversations with him, he's hungry. So that's what you want out of a running back. He has a lot of promise. You just got to keep working. Keelan, same thing, just staying healthy. I remember Alabama, I think he had like an 86 or 7-yard touchdown. One time I handed off to him, and he just shoots through the hole and scores. So anything could happen with him. He's not the biggest guy, but he's real dynamic, and he's one of the fastest, guys, but also players. You can be really fast, but he has game speed that is really legit, and I'm excited to see that.
As we wrap up with you, Mac, I think you told me you played Pop Warner at the
Yeah.
stadium, right? So,
Yeah.
But this will be the first time
Yeah.
that you're playing on the field since that Pop Warner game.
Yeah, we didn't win. I think it was like 25-6. We played Sweetwater. It wasn't a good day for me, so I'm not going to look back on it. I'm excited to be in my hometown stadium, and I'm really just going to go out there and let it fly, and whatever happens, happens. So I'm looking forward to it.
How many friends and family are you expecting?
Just my core people. I know there will be some friends and family that will be out there as well, and people I've seen recently and some people I probably haven't seen in a long time. But I'm going to try and just stay, level-headed and be like the Iceman and just keep plugging along. Don't go too high or too low, and whatever happens, like I said, it's preseason. It's a fun time to play, but it's pretty wild out there, so I'm looking forward to it, though.
The Iceman, Mac Jones.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for joining us.
There you go. No pun intended.
Hey, Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL Jaguars. For even more coverage of the Big Cats, be sure to subscribe to 1010XL Jaguars.